Hey YouTubers, I'm doing a removal of engine and transmission for a 2008 Honda Civic. I work at a junkyard, so I do mechanic work, and I was asked to remove this engine, functions and everything. But yeah, so the first thing you want to do is you want to disconnect your whole harness. So as you can tell, the battery's disconnected. Next is going to be the alternator. So bear with me because I'm recording by myself. You want to remove these plugs right here, or caps, whatever you want to call them. That's a 10 millimeter for the alternator and the plug. So I'm using this to lift it because this thing's just kind of dried up. Okay, so what you do, you press on this and lift up. I can't see if I can show you like this. Probably not. See if I can do it with my finger. Press on this. There you go. This is a 10, which I think I got right here. Where's my 10 at? So I'm making this video kind of short, so remove the whole harness, and I'll explain after, once I remove it. Okay, so it was a 10, the plug. I removed this little bracket for the harness, or you can do it from here, whichever you like. You just push on this, or it's a 10 millimeter bolt. I remove the 10 millimeter bolt, harness goes up, then you got another 10 right here, a 10 right here. It should be loose, so what you do, just push on the coil. Okay, so something's holding it down here, but it shouldn't matter, it should come off. There you go. So then this should come off. I think it slides this way. You can see the groove slides this way. Disconnect this. You want to disconnect your O2 sensor. Disconnect this O2 sensor. Okay. And then this, I believe this is okay. All this gotta come out. That's up. Okay. Push on it. Comes off. Pull out. Comes off. Same with this. Comes off. Alright. So you want to pull this backwards. So there you go. It comes off. Now you got these little clips right here. I gotta grab me a clip remover. So you remove these clips, then this should be free. Then you want to remove your housing for the filter. I'll explain that after. Alright, so you want to use something like this to get underneath this and just wiggle it to the sides. And that should come off. Okay. Okay, so this hose, you want to stick something in there and just maneuver around it in case it's stuck. Pull it out. You got the clamp here. You got another clamp back here. That you'll find once you remove this though. Okay. So to remove the housing, you have a 10 right here and a 10 right here. Then you got the clips that hold the upper part. Then you got the thing that goes inside the little holder, which looks like this. It sits right here. Then you got your 10, and this is the hose, which that's a right here. That's a 5.5. So you loosen that up. Your 10, and then you get underneath. It's gonna be pretty little tight spot, but okay, but you get underneath. You lift it. Be careful though, not to break anything. You lift it till this comes upwards from here. You guys can see this from here. Once that comes upwards, you're gonna keep lifting it, because this right there is gonna hit the tip of this bracket, your transmission bracket. So you gotta kind of like wiggle it to the side. Keep lifting it. Be careful, because the top is gonna hit up here, but it comes out. Once that comes out, then you're good. Now you want to start removing all your harness right here. Well, yeah, I think the solenoid broke off, but yeah, don't pay attention to that. Those are replaceable. But I'm gonna remove this whole harness from here. All these hoses, these coolant hoses. Yeah, you got your. Oh yeah, last thing. One more last thing. Yeah, to remove this little hose right here, that goes to the throttle body right here. So what you do, just get some pliers. I use some pliers like these to because that hose is pretty stuck. So you grab it. What's that? Okay, right here. Just grab the hose and twist it till it spins. Once it spins, you just lift it up. But yeah, right now, and this is a 5.5. I don't know if I mentioned it. 5.5. But yeah, right now I'm worried about the harness, the lines, and the hoses. Yeah, the radiator was already removed because the car was crashed, so I took that off. But AC compressor was removed too. So next is yeah, the hoses, the harness, the vacuum lines, and once I get all that out the way, I'll be lifting the cart up, putting on jack stands, and the wheels are coming off, the axles are going to be coming off, and the rear motor mount on the back, or torque motor mount, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And you got this mount right here. I think this ground right here, that's a 10, and this mount, and the motor should come out. So to get access to disconnect the injectors, you're gonna have to remove this back cover. This. So what you do, it has these clips. I don't know if you guys see them. 1, 2, and this one right here. So what you do, just lift it and slide it, and it comes off. And you got your another one over there. Then you got I believe those are a 10 and a 12. I think 10 and a 12, and I think that's another 10 back there. Back there. You see those? That. And same goes over here. And you got this one right there in the center. Not that one. That's for the window wipers, I believe. This one right here. This should come off, and you get access to your injectors. And you got this cover. You just lift upwards and it comes off. This, you just turn it with the flathead. That comes off. Yeah, it's looking good so far. So the back piece was removed. Now, as you see, I have access to remove my my injectors right here. So all you do, you push on the side. And you guys can see on both the sides. See that? These two little things, clips. Push on them, you lift upwards. You do that to all four. You disconnect your sensor right here on the throttle body. Also, your VTEC solenoid right here. You got another harness that comes down to, I want to say what's this? That's your cam sensor right here. This one. Just push on it. That comes off. Yeah, follow your harness and just disconnect all the plugs. You want to disconnect your fuel line right here by removing this cap, blue cap right here. Right here. Let me explain how that works. So you guys won't break it. So what you do, just lift it up. Then you want to push on this one, and it has one on the bottom. So you want to push on both and just pull it. See if I could do it right here on camera. Probably not, because I can't hold my phone. Yeah, I can't do it, but yeah, look. You push on this or this, and on the bottom you have another one. Just push on both, you pull it, you disconnect your fuel line. Then you want to disconnect this vacuum line right here. You want to disconnect this vacuum line, this sensor, follow your harness, takes it to the back. I believe this is a throttle sensor back here. This one. So you want to lift this. Okay, you want to disconnect this plug. Your hoses, as I mentioned. Yeah, let me do this and I'll show you guys. Okay, so I removed this sensor that goes right here in the back. This one, I don't know if you guys can see it. You got that one. You got your VTEC for the solenoid, and then you got this one right here. This one right there. Then you got your fuel injectors. That's out the way. You got your fuel line. That's out the way. Then you got all these. You got this sensor. You got this one. You got the one on the back for the throttle. Then you want to remove this right here, that's a 10. That's out. 10, 10. Then you have these little clips right here. You just want to push out right here. This little thing, you pull out, push out, you pull out, push out, pull out. It should slide out. Then you got a 10. You got this sensor, the solenoids. Then you got your rest of your sensors for the primary right here. I think this one, these two 10s. That, I don't know, I mentioned that one, and this should come off. It should come out the way, all this, and I'll have access to removing everything. It'll just be the motor mounts, transmission mount, the rear one, and the axles, and the whole motor should come out. Quick tip, before removing this, you might want to be careful because you have a sensor that's hidden. that's hidden back here, right here. This right here. So you want to remove that. Kind of difficult, but you want to press on it. I believe it'll be on this side. You want to press on it right here and pull it out. Then you want to clear this from here. I believe you're gonna have to remove this hose right here, so the harness can slide out this way. And all this is loose already. Just slide it to the side. So the car's on jack stands. Removing the axles. This is 17 and the nut to 19. So you're gonna have to hold it with the 19 and then the 17. You get these two. Then you got the tie rod. That's I believe that's a 19 too. Yeah, 19. You just bang it with the hammer right here, and right here in the corner. It should come off. If it don't, then you want to use this. But you don't want to. I mean, you could use this, but eventually you do damage to the tie rod. So, I mean, either way. But to avoid it, just hit it with the hammer, and it should come down. So, yeah, you want to do this. Hold on. So this screw is gonna be hit. It's gonna hit right here if yours is this way. If not, don't worry about it. So once that comes out, this one should come out too. So now you have access to remove your axle. Just want to make the flathead, you want to get underneath there and make a little gap between the axle and the transmission. Be careful though not to damage the transmission. Pop it out, remove it. Once you remove this, you want to remove this mount right here. I believe these are, let me check. I believe those are 19s too. I'm not sure though. They look like 19s or 18s. I might be wrong though, or 21s. But I'll let you know once I remove it. Well, yeah, once you remove the axles, you'll have access to remove your starter, which is right there. Yeah, you want to do that next. Remove your starter after removing the axles, or at least the harness. Yeah, the harness, which that's the harness that goes to the back. Ends up being where's it at? This part of the harness right here goes to your starter. Okay, so to remove the starter on this Honda, you got two 14mm bolts. You got one. Hey. So to remove the starter, you have you don't have to remove the starter, but it's easier if you do, because you got the harness on the top. You really can't. You don't get access to it. But to remove the starter, you have two 14mm bolts. You got one on the bottom, and then you have the long 14mm bolt on top. And if you see it, you have to use a long extension to get it out here. And I usually use a cheater bar to get more torque on the wrench, on the ratchet. I mean, you guys can see like, and after that, it should come down and just disconnect the harness from it. Remember, you have to remove your axle to get more access to it. So to get the starter off the harness, you got a 12 millimeter right here, and you got the plug. Just press and it comes out, and then your harness should be loose. Now you just got to remove it from over there, and now you should have access to move the whole harness to the side. He's holding it. You got a 1 millimeter right there, right here. Let's see if I could get underneath to show you guys. Right there, you got a 10 millimeter right there. You have to get that bolt. Okay, so now you got two 17 millimeter bolts underneath the engine that hold to this mount right here. You got one here, got one here. You loosen those up, and your engine and transmission are free. So lastly, I'm gonna chain this up to the cherry picker. See? And once I chain it up, loosen up these mounts, last two mounts, and I will be pulling the transmission and the engine out. So that's it. Loosen this up, loosen that up. Just be careful when you chain it up, because this is plastic. You wouldn't want to break it. If you like this video, find it helpful, give me some likes, subscribe, or leave me some comments.